people uncomfortable.
Alright, and it is a little bit past 7 p.m., and it is on a Friday, which means it is time for Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9000, as hosted by SneakyDevil, joined today by Max Force and Atin. I got a good mug full of water here, so I am fully ready to suffer.
I don't have a mug of water, I have a cup because I'm not a heathen, but,
Well, we're going to be starting off, as always, this is a comedy. Do not contact the authors involved in...
We've said it once, we'll say it a million times. Leave them the hell alone.
Yep, just want to make sure to cover my bases. Let's see, anyway.
Oh no, I'm just joining you and reiterating.
This is a Fallout Gate crossover, which, for those unaware of Fallout or Gate...
What rock have you been living under?
No, Gate was... It made an okay splash. Not that many people pay attention
I was
to
talking
anime.
more about people who don't you haven't at least heard of Fallout. Listen, if you're here for fanfiction, you probably at least heard of Fallout.
Yeah, that's probably a fair point. But anyway, so yeah, brief synopsis of Gate, because that is probably the least known one. Magical portal opens up, it's 2 ways, and, yeah, medieval fantasy meets modern-day military, and, to no one's surprise, modern-day military won.
'Cause turns out, it doesn't matter how fancy your cavalry line is. Guns win.
Guns kill people. Go figure.
No,
anyway.
No, remember, Sneaky, guns don't kill people.
People kill people, indeed. Anyway, so this is Gate. Thus, the wasteland fought there and beyond. Which obviously is implying that the gate's going to be opening up in the Fallout wasteland. And the medieval troops are going to be subjected to the good old sci-fi fantasy that is Fallout.
Alright, hold on. To be fair, they might actually have a chance here. Remember Caesar's Legion.
Oh yes, I am fully aware that they actually have a better chance in the Fallout verse than they do in the normal Gate verse. But then again, sentry bots.
Oh no, I'm sure they'll be terrified by the technology at first, but, I mean, as Veronica said, a bunch of normal guys with, I think it was sticks with rocks and machetes, and they're taking over the Mojave.
Yes, this is the fair.
And to be fair, if the courier hadn't shown up, I'm not sure what the canon is, but if the courier doesn't, regardless of what happens, if the courier doesn't show up, they were already slated to win. If they choose to help the Caesar's Legion, it happens remarkably quickly, and if they choose to help House, or the NCR, it takes some monumental effort to get the Legion to fuck off.
Yeah, this is true. They do use superior numbers. This is true enough statement. But other than that, you know, it's kind of funny. I have a bunch of people contact me saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be here to watch your stream," and not a single person's here.
None of you are here. We're disappointed in all
not
of you.
Not a single damn person's here, and I am immensely sad, immensely saddened.
We just want to bring some joy into your lives.
Indeed. Anyway, so
don't
let's
lie
begin.
to them like that. That's horrible.
I will.
Excuse me.
Shame them.
I am not lying. I want to bring joy into their lives. I just happen to know that this isn't the way to go about it.
This is not the way to go about it. Yeah, that's a fair enough statement.
Could you drop a link to the story for us, sir?
I can indeed. Where is it? There we go. Recording.
It is nowhere.
It doesn't exist. What you see on Sneaky's screen is simply a very elaborately done hallucination.
Indeed.
Very
Indeed,
well
it
done
is
at
a
that.
very elaborately done hallucination.
Okay, so we've got art from the, what is it, The Long Highway? No, The Lonesome Road DLC. as the author picture.
Yep.
Encouraging. At least they probably understand Fallout.
Yes, that is encouraging.
To a degree, anyway.
To a degree. A gate opened in the borders of the Mojave Wasteland. The new formed alliance decided to examine it. What they found was a gate to a whole other world. New conflicts and bloody wars will occur, because in whatever kind of outer dimension or fantasies, war never changes.
Honestly, I think they should have had them come in during when Caesar's Legion was still there, because that would have, I think it would make the most sense for them to run into Caesar's Legion first.
It would be a good lead-in to them thinking, oh, look at these disorganized peasants trying to play soldier, and then
especially because Caesar's Legion is known as Caesar's Legion, and the main empire has their legion, so they'd be like, they dare take the name of the Legion,
it's a mockery, and
yeah, I was gonna say, and of course Caesar's Legion, being Caesar's Legion, will be like, we heard we could conquer you.
Yeah. So anyway, this is not an uplifting author's note. I'll begin rewriting the first chapters to refine the narration and give it more a lively look, and also try and correct some mistakes and plot holes. I'm not changing anything from the story, but it would be nice if you reread it just to see the new touches. For those new to the story, ignore what I've said and make yourself comfortable. Here we go.
To be fair,
is never a good sign.
It can be a good sign if they. Obviously, we can't see the original incarnation of it, but it indicates that they've at least realized there are some problems and that they might need to fix them.
I suppose. Anyway. Are we all ready?
Okay, this is a summary of Fallout. Okay, so this looks like this is written primarily for people that are showing up from Gate.
Yep, it's also written in a way to be just like, alright, so this is the things that happened. These are the events that happened, for the New Vegas. Blah, 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 radioactive wasteland, east and west, Colorado River, New California Republic, and blah, blah.
Legion, blah, blah, blah. Okay, a man declares in St. Mojave.
Okay, so it's a high good karma run. His actions, a variety of changes, saving lives. Now, the biggest battle that would change the face. He stormed through the NCR's ranks and assaulted the many Legion troops by himself with the help of only a single Securitron. However, as much as the NCR's distaste, he turned against them, mowing through the NCR defenses before finally settling business.
I'll be right back.
Damn.
Gotta get the door.
Yep. Legion retreating to the east, and the NCR out of Hoover. Courier sat on the edge of the dam. Army of Securitrons, controlled by the CEO of Robco and Robert House. Okay, so this is a Robert... Oh, hello, Xenon. There is no hope, Xenon. There is no hope. America was never sane to begin with.
Seriously, have you seen the weapons we've invented?
I mean, I was just more pointing to our apparent disregard for all sort of safety standards and just saying, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, have you seen the weapons we've created?
I was talking more than just the weapons. I was talking about fucking planes, fucking cars.
Yeah, Sneaky, that's what you don't know. Like, the Wright brothers didn't make the plane for transportation. It was supposed to be a weapon.
Oh, I know.
They just got lucky.
Oh no, I was talking about the real MacGuffin. You know where that phrase comes from?
I actually don't know where that phrase comes from.
The real MacGuffin. It was a oiler, an automatic oiling funnel, used by the train engineers. The man, African American man, named MacGuffin, who invented it. A lot of people lost like their hands and shit trying to oil the train, especially while it moved. And so he invented this self-feeding funnel that would oil the train automatically as it traveled.
That's super useful.
And people tried to make knockoffs of his design. And so the question that would be asked would be, is this the real MacGuffin, referring to his design?
Sure, the answer was usually no.
Yes, the answer was in fact usually no. But that is where the original phrase of the real MacGuffin came from. And it was born from the insanity of having people jam their hands into the moving wheels and gears of a train just so they could oil it so they wouldn't have to slow down. America!
America, you need to calm yourself.
Full throttle, 110% speed ahead. Anyway, okay, so, like I was saying, the New Vegas, ending is apparently, the siding with House ending, in which the, Enclave, Boomers, and Brotherhood, did not die. Legion was dead. NCR was run out of, the Vegas area. As the NCR was in a crisis, a woman stood up, tracing her origins to Japan. Her ideas of peace and prosperity gave her popularity. The fourth woman president of the New California Republic. Okay. 2282, blah blah blah. Situation in NCR territory began to stabilize. The president decided to ally with Mr. House and the other factions to wash the NCR's reputation. Made contact with the courier. Convince more people in the alliance. Courier wasn't excited to make the agreement. Positive reputation. Discussion. Her ideas of reuniting California. NCR, House, and Elders all reunited. Made an alliance. Tensions. It's an okay sort of opening we got here. I mean, I really dislike when people give like these like brief little time skip chunks of, oh wait, this stuff happened, and then we move forward a year, and then this stuff happened, and then we move forward a year, and then this stuff happened. It's like, yeah, I get it. I understand you don't want to, like, just, you know, tell the story to the point where the gate invades, but it's...
Yeah.
I dislike stories like this because I feel like if you have to build it up in this way, then... I don't know. It's the same problem when it comes to, like, XCOM and Fallout crossing over into Mass Effect, is you typically get, like, this timeline-y sort of chapter where it's just outlining, like, oh, and everyone was united, and then we went into space, and then we made plasma space guns, and then we went into other places of space, and we colonized those planets. Just like, I understand that maybe it's not going to be the most interesting non-timeline descriptor going on here about how time's passing, but it's just, yeah. Don't do this in real writing, is basically what I'm trying to say. This works for pretty much fan fiction only, I would say. I don't really think it would fly too well in actual writing. Many long talks, peace agreement. Similar to the Declaration of Independence. The Western Commonwealth was born one day after the U.S. independence, another day of celebration. That's really convenient, but whatever. Peace, settled, economic boost in the entire West Coast. I mean, I guess. NCR Embassy, and that's not how you spell embassy, was rebuilt, and that's not how you spell rebuilt. With the ex-ambassador retaking his old office, that's not how you spell emeritus. Got quite the change in direction. Sneaky operations, Gamora, hit and head, stabilizing. The other two families getting notable changes, besides the huge growth of customers coming from all over the wasteland. Okay. The gate separating Free Side from the Strip was removed after the grudge between House and the Kings. Securitrons made a raid and put order back into place. Whole district was renovated. The south side of New Vegas, a more affordable place. Blah blah blah. Everything was renovated. Looks like the Silver Rush died. Yeah, looks like everyone in the Silver Rush died. Mick and Ralph's turn. Everything gets better. Everything gets better. And more people. Everything gets better. And everything gets better. Everyone. The Enclave recruits new people. And the Brotherhood recruits new people.
Cool.
Yeah. Dat grammar. Yeah, indeed. Helios 1 is being shared between the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel. Skilled engineers making the solar plant work. Secondary power source.
Alright, my apologies. Someone was selling stuff at the door and I needed to make them go away, and then my dad came home. But I'm back now.
Neat. Yeah, you're not missing much. It's basically just been a big old timeline. I mean, they're doing more than just giving, like, one-liners of what's occurring in each year. But it's still, like, year X, peace was better and money came flowing in and everything got bigger and more well-defended.
Yeah.
So great, the NCR's building up. Or not the NCR, I suppose Vegas.
It was a House victory, and then the NCR and House ended up allying with each other, and then the NCR took the rest of California, and then the Brotherhood and Enclave became friends, and...
What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. It's because the Courier was just such a swell guy, he made everyone get along.
I was gonna say, that's literally not an option. Also, the Enclave, as it were, is like 7 people?
Yeah, but they're recruiting again. Yeah, I know.
You know, depending on your playstyle, I could see the Courier getting those two factions to agree at the end of a gun, maybe.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know much about
I mean,
Enclave,
I think
but
you'd
from
be
my
more
wiki
like,
diving-
hey, Brotherhood, look, these guys basically can't even maintain a single operation, let alone pose a threat to you. Hey, Enclave, look, don't do anything fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but the Brotherhood certainly wouldn't tolerate active recruitment, and they would probably have said, at the end of their guns, said to the Enclave...
Apes are cool. Okay, hi. Yeah, it's a good fact, Xenon.
They would have said, they would have basically said, hey, so you're part of the Brotherhood now, fork over all your technology.
Yeah, that too. Boomers opened their arms to outsiders, and many people traveled to Nellis.
I'm pretty sure that's not an ending.
No. Not only is it not an ending, there's not even a hint of it as an ending.
They're still pretty anti-outsider.
Literally, the only reason Pearl even lets you into Nellis is because she set up an arbitrary test of, can you dodge literal artillery fire and get to my front door? If yes, I'll let one person inside, and their job, press gang them into liking us so that they'll negotiate with the outside for us.
Yeah, basically. What about the courier at the Declaration of Alliance? Not much has been heard from him since then. He modestly dropped off.
No, that's not how that would happen.
That's not a description. That you don't modestly drop something off. That what?
I believe they mean the courier stepped out of the spotlight.
No. The courier. He's saying the courier is acting as a courier and dropping off communications between the factions during the alliance. But he's modestly giving the mail to people. That's adverbs are sin. Cease.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The courier literally wouldn't be able to be a courier. Because, first of all, people would be, still trying to get the courier to do random crap for them. Since they know they can.
Yeah.
And even leaving that aside, the kind of personality that this courier has... which is, in this case, they're doing a high good karma run.
Yes.
Which means, even if they aren't, they may not necessarily be above stealing stuff when they want it, but at the end of the day, they are a good person who wants to make everything better, make the wasteland better, and make everyone play nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
That courier could not just run messages.
Yeah.
That courier would be running back and forth, putting out fires 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Many factions that opened their arms and gave him highest positions in all of them.
I mean, again, this is not the author's fault. This is Bethesda's writing fault.
No, this is not. Actually, this is New Vegas.
This is Obsidian.
So this is Obsidian.
Or Obsidian. Okay. But still,
still, even then, the NCR didn't give you any position. You actually weren't part of the NCR even when you were revered.
No,
Enclave doesn't give you a rank. The Brotherhood doesn't give you a rank.
Yes, they do. They make you a full paladin.
Oh, that's right. They do. No, you can choose to be inducted as a paladin.
Yeah, but that's still a rank that you can...
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just saying they don't just give it to you.
No, they don't just give it to you. You have to choose to join them, but you can become a full
Caesar's
paladin.
Legion, I don't think gives you a rank.
No, I believe Caesar's Legion does formally make you part of the Legion because the Legion's command structure dictates that you have to be part of the Legion.
Yeah.
To boss it around. I do
okay,
think
so
you end
Caesar's
up as a
Legion and Brotherhood seem to be...
The
Great Khans are loyal to you out of loyalty. They don't... There's no rank for you.
I'm pretty sure they do let you into the Khans.
No, I don't think they do.
The Boomers do make you part of the Boomers. They don't give you an official rank,
the Boomers say you're part of the Boomers and that you're basically their PR arm.
Yeah.
But still, that's not a rank. House doesn't give you a rank, because he wasn't share power.
No, but he does. He does make you his right hand, which, while not strictly speaking a rank, is a rank and power all of its own.
Yeah, but you're more of a mouthpiece for him than anything else.
Yes, but that's still a significant amount of power.
Okay, but it's still a majority of even the ranks that they do give. Like, the Brotherhood one's the only one that really gives you any sort of position of power that can't be immediately countermanded.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like, about the Brotherhood and the NCR, about the Brotherhood and the Enclave working together. Regardless of who you choose to leave as Elder of the Brotherhood, whether you leave McNamara in charge or you put the other Paladin in charge, they would not ever work with the Enclave.
No.
The only reason they work with the NCR is because you are a Paladin that they specifically made a paladin because of all the work you've done for the Brotherhood and your knowledge of the outside, and the fact that you go to the Elder and you're like, look, McNamara. Oh, actually, no, it has to be McNamara since...
Yeah, it has to be McNamara.
Because he's the only one who will accept an alliance. You go to McNamara, and you have to have done Veronica's quest, I believe, for it to be an option.
You have to do Veronica's quest, you have to be a paladin, you have to be revered with them, and I think you have to also be revered with the NCR.
Yeah. And only then do you get the option, and you still have to have pretty high speech to do it. Do you get the option to talk to the colonel at the NCR dam and say, hey, why not work with the Brotherhood?
Yeah,
you know, they're not that much of a threat, and you could definitely use their help against the Legion. And she's like, you know what? We're not on the best of terms with the Brotherhood out back in the West, but this isn't there. That is neither here nor there, and we have to deal with the Legion. So if you can get them to agree with it, sure.
And then you have to go back and blah, blah, blah.
I was gonna say, and then if you've done all the aforementioned stuff, then and only then can you tell McNamara, look, the Brotherhood will die if you don't work with them.
But yeah, so basically my point is that the Brotherhood's the only position that actually gives you a position of genuine power.
Yeah. Technically speaking, you are also made a member of the Kings. Not power, but you are made a member of them.
Yeah.
There are a number of factions that make you part of the Enclave. No, I mean, technically the Remnant makes you part of them, because they do let you have your own suit of Enclave power.
Yeah, but that's just like, okay, you're part of us now. That's not like, oh, you know, you get a rank and can speak for us.
Well, to be fair, none of them had ranks at that point either.
I know, but but still my point is that
and they do take their lead from you. So technically,
not really.
I guess you could be... on a technicality, you could be said to be leading.
Well, it's less they take their lead from you. It's more like, all right, you've done a bunch of shit for us, and you've gathered us all together. What the fuck did you want us for?
Yeah,
that's less like, oh, we're gonna follow your lead, and more like, okay, you've done a significant amount of effort to get us all here.
What is it you wanted?
Yeah, but anyway, so my point is that the author is saying that he's been given the highest of positions in every single one of these factions.
Which is not the case.
Which is not the case in the slightest. His urge of exploration didn't let him settle in one single place. He traveled all across the West Coast countless of times. He couldn't really do that if he was ferrying messages back and forth and trying to make the alliance work, because,
yeah.
Again, there's no, like, cars or anything, so it's not like he had a fast method of travel, so the fastest he would be getting is walking.
The Enclave did have a vertibird.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they use actual fuel in the vertibirds and not nuclear power.
I don't know.
But regardless... unless they were using the vertibird for him just to travel the West Coast, you know. I don't know. It's a possibility, but
yeah.
Anyway, he became a huge celebrity, preferred to stay low, and let the flow of sand guide his footsteps. So no, he was walking.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, yeah. However, it needs a comma, even though all the West Commonwealth, that's not exactly a proper phrasing, finally found its path to civilization. Its ground was scarred by many criminal groups and raiders that would be too numerous to deal with all in the same time. That's a very awkwardly phrased sentence. Yeah, it's just, frankly, the entire thing's just very awkwardly phrased.
Yeah, okay. I mean, okay, so the official ending for House is just that, House continues to rule only New Vegas. Yeah, because it just says, pushing both the Legion and the exhausted NCR out of New Vegas. Mr. House continued to run New Vegas his way, a despotic vision of pre-war glory. The streets were orderly, efficient, cold, New Vegas continued to be the sole place in the wasteland where fortunes were won and lost in the blink of an eye.
So, yeah, basically everything past the point of house winning is AAU. Oh god. This year is known as the Year of Industrial Resurrection. Brotherhood of Steel and the Followers Apocalypse team up and refit the factories across California.
No, they wouldn't!
And new ones were created. And
literally the most reasonable the Brotherhood has ever been. There are only 2 times the Brotherhood has ever been reasonable.
Even barring all of that, the amount of resources and time it would take to refit and repair all the factories to do what? Make nails? Make some tools? Like,
yeah.
I understand the nails and tools and shit are a limited resource in the wasteland when there isn't a constant production line, but it's also not like quality metal or iron ores being poured into these things.
I mean, to be fair, they could ship a lot of that in from the NCR proper.
But at the same time, though, it's like they're gonna do it by
because the NCR is clearly manufacturing stuff because they have the service rifles and they make new ones.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying though. Is I don't know why he's like, oh, it's an industrial revolution, and they're repairing all the factories. It's like, but they clearly already have factories going. Because they're making these uniforms with just such a standardized quality to them, and they're making these service rifles with such a standardized quality to them. It's not like they're going to be putting these fucking things, together by hand. And they clearly have some sort of factory line going already.
Now, to be fair, I'm sure, here's the thing. If he'd said the NCR was doing it, I'd find it more believable. But the Brotherhood...
The Brotherhood and the Followers. 2 groups that have... no actual engineering experience when it comes to factories. Because despite what people believe, just because you can fix a gun or repair some armor doesn't mean you can fix a fucking machine.
Now, while the scribes might have the knowledge to do that, it would be very shaky.
Even then, okay, sure, they have an archive. And it just happens to have a manual on how to operate and fix, blank machine. That's great. Where are you getting these parts? Where are you getting these replacement parts? The factories that make those parts are broken.
Yeah, like I said, very shaky. Like, sure, maybe they'd be able to do it, and maybe they could kludge some of them together, but why? Why? Even like I was trying to say, this is ignoring the fact that the 2 most reasonable iterations of the Brotherhood that have ever existed are the version out in the Capital Wasteland, which was disowned by the rest of the Brotherhood.
Yep.
And the version in New Vegas, which is only reasonable at the point of a gun, and even when they were forced to come to the table and play nice with other people, they still claimed their own stretch of the Mojave as theirs, and they were responsible for it. Sure, they worked nice with everybody else, but they're like, listen, we will patrol our stretch of the Mojave. It is ours.
Yep. Yeah, it's just...
For crying out loud, if you choose in Veronica's ending to have her join the Followers of the Apocalypse, they literally slaughter an entire camp of them because they suspect that Veronica has shared forbidden knowledge with them. They don't even know. They suspect, and they slaughter them all.
To be fair, that's not representative of the entire Brotherhood and just a paranoid group of paladins.
It's not, but the fact that there are people in there, and the fact that those paladins don't get punished,
I mean, they
says
die.
A lot. Not if you intimidate them away.
Oh, fair enough. But if you intimidate... I get your point, and yeah, pretty much. It's just like, there's just so much that isn't... What's the word?
There's just a ton that's not lining up.
Yeah, I don't even want to say plot holes, because it's like, it's not a plot hole, it's just not the group that would be doing it. Like I said before, though, with the whole factories thing, what are they going to make? Where are they going to get the resources for these? How are they going to repair these things? You know, where are they going to get the power for them from? You know, like...
Well, the power's easy.
Yeah, but there's so many lines that are downed. You know,
okay, but they it's not like they can't. The Brotherhood at least has the experience and know-how to assemble new power lines. They do it pretty frequently, after all.
Yeah, I know, but it's still just like, why would they do it though? Where do they get their hands on that much copper and rubber? You know, that's a massive resource commitment.
I can't speak for the copper or even the rubber. It honestly depends. They could cannibalize a lot of shit, considering how far in the future we are. I'm surprised there are any wires running anywhere in Fallout.
I mean,
period.
I'm not surprised when it comes to the big towers, the high voltage wires. Because those things are built like super tough. But
and not to mention, they wouldn't experience a ton of like. The fact is, the incredibly arid and dry climate of the Mojave would actually be useful in preserving those.
Oh well, there's their copper and rubber then.
Indeed.
It's a lot of work.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll say this, Sneaky. For the good karma NCR victory, the courier, fair and even-handed in her dealings throughout the wasteland, was honored by the NCR for their support of the military at Hoover Dam. They were presented with the Golden Branch, the highest civilian decoration given by the Republic. So A, that means they're accepted as an NCR citizen, and B, they are accepted as a citizen with an assload of political clout.
Oh, well, yes, of course, yes.
I'm saying, like, I was just agreeing with you. Yes, they are not given an official position in any of the endings, but they are given, like, the highest civilian decoration.
But the house ending was the ending that actually happened.
Yes. Although, well, no, actually, the only condition for that is good karma and NCR victory at the end of the Hoover Dam. So.
But anyway,
I was gonna say, if you work for Caesar, he makes a fancy gold coin minted for you, and he distributes it all over the wasteland. You know what? That's actually the nicest thing anyone does for you the entire game.
That's pretty dope.
Caesar makes a coin of you.
Well, I mean, yeah, like Caesar's kind of an asshole, but credit where credit is due.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't get to his position by not treating his men well.
Yeah. Does not change at all if you let him die and you let the legate in. It's just a different end slide.
Anyway, let's get this done.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. Gun runners have their own factories. Yes, we already knew that. Manufacturing a large amount of weapons quickly, massive high quality. Actually, factory grade weapons have a lower quality than handmade ones.
I was gonna say, part of the reason the gun runner stuff is so amazing is because they hand make it all.
And despite what handmade might imply, a handmade means hand drilling. No, I know some people who do hand drill guns.
Yeah, I'm not saying
it's very specific and very specialized equipment. Still, it's just like they're not just stamping them out.
Yeah, because like the NCR service rifles, those are indeed stamped out. Those are essentially the guts of an M16 without even a plastic stock. They all have wood stocks, and they don't even have an auto fire mode. Now, while you can achieve a reasonable rate of fire with them, with semi-automatic, one could argue that they don't give their soldiers an auto fire because ammunition, while producible, is still pretty rare.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, they don't have the best condition. Now, obviously, I know weapon condition in the Fallout games is vastly over-exaggerated, but still.
Yeah.
They're not in the best shape all the time. And I believe you can hear soldiers complain about them jamming frequently, which was a problem of early iterations of the M16.
Yep.
Or, well, the 16 was the variant that was supposed to fix that. That's beside the point. The point being, mass-produced weapons are not good.
Usually. Well, modern mass-produced weapons are good, but...
But I'm saying stuff stuff they would be stamping out.
Yeah. Karen changed from a military base into a metro station connecting all across the desert.
What? Okay, now, no, I'm sorry, this is just too much now.
With the railroads recovered, the train stations in the Mojave started working again as the steam train came back with coal and electric cables being installed.
No, this is too much. I'm sorry, author. This is far too much. You have rebuilt society far too much for for this to be anything but an apocalypse reskin of the normal Gate anime.
Yeah, more or less, actually.
Anything interesting that might have come from a Fallout Gate crossover has been removed. There are no bickering factions to snipe at each other and drag them down and give the Gate factions as a unified force time to take over. There will be no conflict between factions fighting over this new lush green land.
NCR began to mass produce quality food.
No, they can't.
With the restarting of the factories, the NCR is now able to provide better equipment at a higher quality. Higher quantity instead of using old scrap scavenged in the waste. That's not what they did.
Ever.
A new line of outfits gave NCR troops better protection against damages and durability. The old service rifles were replaced with upgraded ones with better endurance and stability. Maybe better outfits I could understand if they had, more peacetime so they could dedicate more people to scavenging and looting. But the main problem of the Fallout verse is still very resource limited.
Yeah, I was going to say, and remember, the NCR themselves don't even do that. They hire out freelancers for that.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what they're called, but prospectors. That's it. Prospectors. Bless you. Like, they pay prospectors for them.
Yeah. Brotherhood of Steel's strict policy about preserving old tech. They didn't stop new tech from being invented. High quality power armor was mass produced.
The Brotherhood would never allow that under any fucking circumstances. Part of their
T-51 and 60B models were constructed of compositing resisting cannon shells without a scratch, really. New exoskeletons giving them more stability. I guess he's trying to draw from Fallout 4's exoskeleton idea.
I guess, but even ignoring that, the Brotherhood would never allow mass production of power armor. Part of their deal at the end of the game is that part of their deal for working with the NCR is that the NCR, because remember, the NCR doesn't have the training to use
the salvage power armors, yeah.
They don't. They specifically have to rip all of the servos out of it so that it's just heavy metal armor. Now, while it's still as impenetrable as normal power armor, it is almost impossible to move in without very specific strength training.
Yep.
Let's see.
Anyway, new heavy and energy weapons were made.
No, this is what I wanted to read. The Brotherhood and the NCR in the Mojave Wasteland declared an official truce despite continued hostilities between the two in the West. As per their agreement, the NCR handed over all suits of salvaged power armor, and in return, the Brotherhood helped patrol the I-15 and Highway 95.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry, author. The Brotherhood would never, ever allow this. They wouldn't let the savages and the barbarians keep non-functional suits of power armor. They wouldn't even let them keep that. Yep. So I'm sorry.
New energy weapons were made. Shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Isn't that what it normally is? It was armed with 4 tubes.
4 tubes, that's a mod you can get.
Yep. Each tube having 2 rockets in it. That's a combination of mods. It's dumb. Incredibly dumb. Because having 2 rockets in the same tube means when one rocket goes off, it's blasting the other rocket in extreme heat. Fucking moron. Okay. I want to talk about that real quick, and this is very, very quick. If you don't know shit about something, fucking Google it. Like, Christ.
It's not hard to get a... Like, Wikipedia can give you a very, very macro level understanding of stuff, at least that you can say it without being completely wrong.
Decreasing reload times. 8 rockets can be shot in 1 second. This gave the normal paladin the ability to be a massive armored tank on 2 legs. I can see where this is going.
Again,
the Enclave remnants finished their training and now are a group of dozens of elite forces in highly advanced combat. Not only are they fearful units on the ground, but in the air as well, making them a strong air force next to the boomers. They literally have 1 vertibird and 1 B-50 bomber.
And I got news for you. The B-50 loses horribly to a vertibird.
And not even that. It's literally there's 2 working, functioning aircraft. That is not impressive. That's not... I'm gonna fear the skies. You know, that... Like, if I'm a fucking raider, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, gotta watch the skies for the vertibird. No.
Now, for the Brotherhood out on, say, the coast, the DC coast, yeah, that's something you have to watch out for, because they're able to produce the vertibirds, and they never explain that for the record, which I have a problem with.
Yeah, probably a bunker or something.
I mean, to be fair, like, there is a lot of Enclave technology that they could take.
Yeah. Anyway, so, in the air, vertibird... They're vertibirds. There is only one good, sir. Enclave Bunker became an intel agency monitoring the borders.
Oh my god. You have established a fully functional country, and that's a problem.
Yeah, in the span of 2 years, in a wasteland, with minimal resources. Mr. House activated all of his past bases, giving him an infinite supply of Securitrons.
Not how that works. He has one base. One.
Yeah.
One. And it's under the fort.
He reopened RepCon and decided to start a space program with the help of many scientists.
Okay,
And received
where are all
great
these
results
scientists coming
so
from?
far. Fuck you, that's where. He also is in the work of creating fighter jets with the voluntarism of the boomers. That's not a word? Voluntarism?
I don't know.
Pretty sure that's not a word.
No, it's not. It's not.
Really excited to pilot something as fast as House promised. Google says it's a word? Alright, well, I'll have to trust Google on this.
Alright.
The Western Commonwealth was recovering and now had a gigantic army of many different kinds of soldiers. And nobody could ever stop them. For the first time ever, they were all happy and shit. Year ended, and new challenges arose. Hi, Chrysanthem.
God damn.
You've missed absolutely nothing. The TLDR of this whole fucking shit show so far is the authors making a really detailed timeline of the New Vegas timeline before Gate invades from Gate. And the problem with this is that so far, in the span of like 3 fucking years, he's created a fully functioning nation state that's managed to get all of its factories up and running again, even though there's no parts to repair those factories.
And they have factions working together that would never work together. And even if those factions would work together, they have those factions doing things they would never, ever, 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 ever do. Like the Brotherhood being totally chill with the NCR mass-producing power armor.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't care what iteration of them you have.
Oh, we've been dying inside this whole time, Devil Spidey. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, God. Alright, let's accelerate through this, cause fucking Christ, I just want to move on. Blah, 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 good to see you, blah, 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 Commander, blah, 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 Paladin. Watching all the soldiers of the many factions working together, Paladins checking their Paladin armor, Enclave members, giant vertibirds, NCR, Rangers, frustrating to see, it's fascinating to see people not killing each other after being angry at each other. Oh, it isn't just a la-di-da utopia. Yep, it's a Fallout
They forgot
New
the Netflix
Vegas
password, so they needed me.
Lol. It's a Fallout New Vegas crossover with the anime Gate. If you're unaware, Gate is an anime in which a magical gate opens up in the center of Tokyo, Japan. And medieval fantasy troops march out, and they're like, we're gonna capture the city of these people.
And then doesn't work in the slightest.
Yeah, it worked for a little bit while they attacked civilians, and then the military showed up with guns, and then they lost. Because guns.
And then they took over. Because guns.
Yeah, and then guns. And apparently guns. And then harem.
Yeah. And the problem with this is a Fallout Gate crossover could, by itself, have been quite interesting. Because Gate would have been the enemy nations in Gate would have had a much better chance in a Fallout universe because guns aren't as common, and even a faction that has more guns than not was losing to a faction that just had a bunch of guys with sticks and machetes.
Yeah. So it would have been far more interesting to read a Fallout versus Gate, but instead we're getting a Fallout Utopia that's got super defenses and massive armies and supply lines versus Gate. So more or less it's going to be the good old stomp that you saw in Gate, except this time with plasma rifles.
And power.
Yay!
So instead of tanks.
Yeah, I know, right? Fallout's not a utopia. Well, it is now. Because
even if you have the best endings possible, you still can't make the Wasteland that much of a better place.
Yeah.
Sure. The good endings, the best endings, do make things better. But not for a long time.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
The
everyone
best possible ending from Fallout 1, if, for whatever... Now, this is canonical that you do it, but if the Vault Dweller chooses to save a random group of people enslaved by a random group of raiders, and then, 50 years later, the Vault Dweller's descendant chooses to help that village again, that group eventually becomes the NCR. And the NCR doesn't make any kind of positive impact in the Wasteland until 200 years later.
Yeah.
And then they're still making a pretty negative... They're still doing some pretty bad stuff.
I just want to read this part out loud.
Oh,
What's the situation? The Legion, son, the Legion, said the Enclave Remnant's leader, frowning his eyebrows.
Whew! Excuse me, I'm gonna go play Mass Effect Andromeda. I need some good writing to wash that out of my mouth.
Jesus Christ.
Should we hijack the stream for Andromeda?
Just execute yourself.
What, do you have Andromeda?
Oh, I got a $20 code from Amazon 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Hey,
did you actually buy it?
Hey, that's great. That
Sneaky.
means
I did, Sneaky, because I was like, I bet this game will be delisted in the the next year.
No, probably.
And it will never go below
Just
40.
give me
on
solitaire
Origin.
instead, says Devil Spidey.
I was gonna say,
We could do that. I guess.
Alright, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Where are they coming from? It's like they appeared out of thin air. Best bet is Searchlight Airport. Any assaults yet? Don't want to miss
People
the
have
fun.
against the new Shadow Warrior. I'm so confused.
He's talking about the old Shadow Warrior, which I don't understand at all.
Shadow
That was
Warrior
a perfectly
1.
fine game.
It was given out for free, and it was okay. I mean, it was
Yeah,
nothing
like-
special, but it was a
Yeah.
You know.
It was reasonably fun. Anyway, here's the problem, so that we can just be done with this and move on. If they had just said it during the middle of the conflict or immediately after, it would have been much more interesting, because you either you have multiple factions fighting the forces of Gate with the NCR.
Oh, fucking come on!
What?
Okay, they actually think the Gate Legions is the Legion, the Caesar's Legion. Like, fucking Christ, the Caesar's Legion uses sports equipment.
And
The
not
Gate
only
Legions
that,
use metal.
Not only that, Caesar's Legion got its ass kicked in this version. They are so completely just booted out of the Mojave. Like, it doesn't matter unless
it's
you
not
pick
even
the...
that they're booted out of the Mojave. Literally, Caesar's Legion falls apart when Caesar dies.
Well, not only that, because the fact of the matter is, regardless of how you end it, even if you have the courier talk the legate into leaving, And even if you don't assassinate Caesar,
Caesar still
Legion
dies.
falls apart. Oh yeah, because
Because
if you don't help him, yeah,
he dies to a brain tumor if you don't help him.
Yeah, but the legate can't hold it together.
Yeah.
And even if Caesar didn't die, the fact of the matter is that, because Caesar himself says this, unless I'm conquering, this legion falls apart.
Yep.
So the legion is in no way a threat. And at this point, especially with this level of quite frankly, idiotic and unbelievable power that they have attained, the legion would never be any threat to them. Never. And they'd know it. They would for no reason think this would be Caesar's legion. If this was set during the middle of the conflict...
No, I don't think they've played the game, Devil Spidey, because... A, first off, they've created a basic utopia, which is always boring as fuck. C, everyone's getting along just fine. That ties into the whole utopia thing, but they're having groups that would be rather killing each other over anything else, getting along just fine. Somehow, the Enclave, the height of intelligence themselves, according to the author, mistook a bunch of people wearing actual armor for Caesar's Legion, who wears sports equipment.
I was going to say, something not seen in the Wasteland for ever, actually.
If it's a utopia, how comes there's problems then? And there's no problems. The only problems is come from the other place. It's just... the author's being a smartass, Draugr, and blah blah blah. This was just dumb. Okay, what's a good one that'll probably raise our spirits and make us at least rage? Let's see, we got Left 4 Dead Ruby.
No, jeez. The problem with this is it just leaves us depressed because there's so much potential here. There's so much potential. What?
We got Naruto and Warcraft, StarCraft and Warcraft. We got some more Inheritance Cycle. Which would you guys want?
What?
For next story, what do you guys want to do? Pick something you like and search a crossover. We've already done that. We got quite a list here.
Yelling their heads off because they're like, "Oh, he absolutely has to know we're leaving the fucking house." You can't text me. You can't call me.
Why does it fucking matter?
I'm open my door on the way out.
Nah, I'm certain that you'll notice the quiet. We got Soul Eater High School D times D. We got Naruto, various Narutoses. We got various Inheritance Cycles.
Why don't we do the Ruby Left 4 Dead one, since that's
the Ruby Left 4 Dead? Alright, Ruby Left 4 Dead it is. Where is it go? Where did it go?
Why not pick something you like and search across over it? You don't understand, Devil Spidey. That's what we do.
Alright, let's see. We got Huntresses of the Apocalypse.
That smells terrible.
What? You gay?
No, I don't. I'm not even gonna bother.
Yep.
Oh, good. It's a picture of Crow with the deal with its sunglasses. This could either be a good sign or a bad sign.
It's gonna be so classy.
Well, that or he's got a really bad hangover.
Huntresses of the Apocalypse. After Team Ruby was mysteriously transported to a strange foreign world. Quick question. Is foreign really needed to be specified here?
I'm sorry. I looked at the rest of the summary. Are you kidding me, mate?
Oh, get ready. Oh, get ready.
Oh boy!
They soon bind creatures even more vicious than grim. And have to fight their way through the world to survive with 4 other people. But what happens when they learn they aren't from this world? Rated M for graphic violence and strong language.
Even if they don't have aura, they have wrist-mounted shotguns and scythes and swords.
Even if they don't have aura, it's literally just like... I mean, so even if they have fucking aura, okay, so they'll jump up on fucking the roofs and then run away. It's like, oh no, we're gonna get the occasional smoker and hunter. We can just fucking shoot them.
Well, no, and I was gonna say, the smoker, the hunter, and the spitter, and the boomer, none of those are any threat to them. Maybe a charger if it catches by them surprise, and a tank because the tank is a tank.
The tank is a tank is a tank. I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank. The tank.
More vicious than May, you are aware that aside from the special infected, every common is just a really pissed off sick person, right?
Yeah, the common are just really pissed off sick people.
Really angry.
Alright,
That's about it.
Let's go and see how these zombies are possibly more terrifying than grim.
Hang on, wait, this is adventure and friendship, not even a humor thrown in, really?
No, it's not even a humor, so you know it's gonna be...
I was gonna say, and let's put all that aside for a second. You have 8 people! You have 8
You know what would have been way more interesting?
Huh?
Stick Left 4 Dead survivors into Remnant. Let's see what happens.
That'd be a good one, yeah.
Like, it's like, oh god, I hear gunshots in the middle of initiation. Why is there an old man with a shotgun and that's it? Who the fuck are
My friends call me Coach!
You said an old man. Bill. And Bill would have an M16, you heathen.
Oh, no, that's what we'll do. We'll make it sneaky. That's what we'll do. We'll have it so that the Left 4 Dead survivors and Left 4 Dead 2 survivors end up there together. And Bill was magically revived.
No. Wait, Bill never died, Max. Bill never died. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's like, Left 4 Dead 2 guys show up. Oh, hey, I remember you guys. Yeah, you made it across the bridge. Who's the old timer? Is he with you? Oh, that's... Hey,
once their team awoke, nothing was correct. Really? Even gravity? Air?
Oxygen? Light?
Water?
Your friends' faces?
Nothing was correct. They were all actually body swapped as well and gender swapped. Nothing was correct.
Yang's gonna have a field day with that.
They wore shoes on their hands.
And pants on their chests.
Oxygen's a lie. Careful, Devil Spidey. You don't want to be drinking any of that dihydrogen monoxide.
100% of the people that drink dihydrogen monoxide die.
Indeed.
Dangerous substance.
Dangerous substance. To start, the moon was whole and not broken. Really? No fucking shit! Typically, when something's whole, it's not broken! Jesus fucking Christ!
Glad to see that you woke up, boyo.
Holy fuck! I'm glad I picked this story, because holy fucking
Excuse
shit.
me,
Boy,
I'm the
am
one
I
who said
awake
we should
now.
do this. I'm the one who said we should do this.
It's been proven by flat earth theorists the moon is just a painting on the ceiling.
I would have hated to have missed this in a stream. This is great.
Then there was the place they were in.
Oh, good. We're just gonna the place they were in.
The place they were in. It was a disaster area. Buildings on fire, cars broken down, crashed, and also burning.
Okay, hold on. How do they know what a car is? I'm kidding.
No, that's actually a legitimate question.
I was just saying, wait a minute. Do they actually have questions? I know they have
remember-
airships.
I don't
Like,
remember if they have cars.
They have roads, but I don't think we've ever seen a car.
I mean, Yang has a motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, there are cars on
I'm
the
trying to
highway.
remember if
There are
we've
cars
ever
on the
actually
highway.
seen. Oh yeah, God, why? You know, I know why I don't remember that particular scene, because the giant fucking robot fight was better than the chase.
Yep.
Yes.
God, that was a
Alright.
stupid
In
chase.
fact, it
was
seemed
annoying
almost
too, because
half the city was on fire. And the most unsettling thing about it all was the fact that no one around. Oh, sorry, the fact that there was no one around. There we go. Not a single living person was to be seen, aside from the occasional missing limb or other body part none of them could identify, and something told them they didn't want to know. Really? Are you sure it's not just a city that's been attacked by the Grimm?
Yeah.
Maybe you just woke up in a city and Grimm are fucking eating people and shit's on fire. Why is this a surprise? You live in Remnant.
Yeah. Yeah, like, God,
Like, sure, the moon being whole is pretty much a dead giveaway. I'll
And
give
you
him
waking
that.
up is in this place is, yeah, okay, maybe suspicious, but it's like, oh my god, the city's on fire and people might be dead. I wonder what's going on. Probably fucking Grimm.
I was gonna say, yeah, their default would be, shh, everything's on fire, we gotta try to find people to help.
What is
And then
this
upon-
place? We're definitely not on Remnant anymore.
Oh,
Maybe you're just
wait.
hallucinating the moon. Who knows?
Oh, no, wait, hang on a second, I forgot. Their moon actually, due to the phases of their moon can be full.
Alright,
Like, it is
so it's
unbroken.
entirely possible that the only thing odd here is the fact they woke up in a place they didn't fall asleep in.
Yeah, I forgot. Like, cause there are the moon goes through different phases. We have partial, full, and what the community now calls shattered. So, yes, the moon changes phases throughout the show.
So yes, there's nothing suspicious here, actually.
Like-
So literally not a single thing is wrong, besides
right,
waking
yeah.
up in a place they didn't fall asleep.
Well, and
I thought that sounded weird.
possibly-
Like, the moon wasn't. It's like, wait, no, hang on. The first time we see the moon in Ruby's trailer, it was whole. I thought. I go and find the image. Yes, her backdrop is a full moon.
Oh my god. So
there's literally
Weiss's
nothing wrong
comment
here.
is complete.
Here.
Yeah, there is literally nothing wrong here.
Here, there's a shot from the trailer.
Anyone else's creepo-meter going bananas right now? Yang asked. To the max right now, dude, Ruby said.
And just to show you, later on in season 1, there's another
We're
shot
not
of
gonna learn anything by standing around. Maybe we should look around. This place might well be a ghost town. Literally, there is dead body parts and burning cars. It's not like people haven't died here recently.
In fact, there's usually blood splatters.
You
And-
know what? Let's go figure this out real quick.
In fact, think
Hi, Cylon. Yeah, well, welcome to the energetic part of the stream, where we're flipping shit about this Ruby Left 4 Dead cross. More
'Cause it's
like
trash.
Ghost
Okay.
City, Yang said. This
Okay,
time,
so-
not actually trying to make a pun.
Technically, it could be called a ghost town if it was a town, but this is a city.
She just said it's a ghost city. Yang.
and who cares?
Ghost cities aren't a thing, is the problem. We call that a disaster, not a ghost city.
Yeah, basically.
We call it Japan. I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
Wow!
Okay.
Holy
Wow,
shit!
we
Go in
Or was
there
it
quickly.
Russia?
Oh, we're horrible people.
I'm
Too
still
much?
scared if you guys find my stuff. I have a couple Ruby crossovers on my page. Oh, we'll probably find it eventually if you update your fiction.
Our creeper meter's off the chart. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, friend.
Anyway, let's see.
Oh,
They went
right.
inside a wrecked building, but nothing was to be seen.
Really,
Because they
nothing.
weren't looking? Then they heard gunfire as well as screeching, not of Grimm, but of something else. They also heard shouting. People shouting. The team then rushed to the noise to see 4 people, one armed with an assault rifle, another with an Uzi, another with a shotgun, and the
Okay,
last
they wouldn't
with
know
2
what
pistols.
an Uzi is.
No,
No, an Uzi's a very
wouldn't.
specific type of gun.
They would be like a submachine gun. Yeah, a gas city. Oh man, those gas man. That would be fucking terrifying. Gas city. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm almost tempted to suggest a long stream tonight.
I'm gonna keep
I
going
mean,
until I
yeah,
collapse.
depends
so
on what I've
fuck
had
it.
to do for food,
Oh,
but
well,
yeah.
Hang on.
For now, let's just keep going.
check some stuff.
Even if they knew that was overly descriptive with weapon types, yeah. Fighting off a stampede of other people, though something was off about them. Their skin was pale. Actually, it's more molted gray and green
I was gonna say.
than pale. Their teeth rotten. Okay, look, you're not actually able to see their teeth from that fucking far away. Their clothes were torn. That's fair enough observation. And they ran like savages. I've seen savages run better than them. This happened in an alley. Okay, wait, so what direction are you guys looking in from? Are you looking in from behind the survivors? Because if so, that's a lot of detail you're taking in for for people that are dying pretty much instantly as they're being cut down by bullets. And they blah blah blah. Oh yeah. Then the girl with the pistols threw a strange device which beeped and flashed,
They would know what a bomb is!
seeming to distract the people and make them rush for it, the device later exploding. Just then a helicopter flew over. The black man in the dress shirt ran after it, shouting, "Hey, we're down here! We're not infected! Down here!" But if the helicopter pilot heard him, he didn't care. Damn it, the man cursed. The team came up to him, but as they did, a hooded person leaped. It's leapt in this case. With extreme speed and pounced on the man, using his claws.
Oh, I
to
didn't know
rip
we were
his
fighting
flesh.
Pokemon.
Hunter, I choose you. Now I kind of want to see a Left 4 Dead Pokemon crossover with that.
Make it happen, people.
The main problem of this fic is that Left 4 Dead and Ruby just don't mesh well at all. Yeah, pretty much.
Now, while it could be done,
One
I mean,
more night
realistically
shift and then
speaking,
I'm
you
free.
could
I
just
feel
take
your
away
pain,
their
Cylon. I feel
So
your pain.
angry.
Night shift is.
I
pretty
hate
awful.
you, English language. I
Oh,
hate you
why?
so much.
It is leaped. Leaped works.
Leaped and leapt both work.
Ugh.
Oh, fucking goddamn English language. Alright, execute myself. The team decided to act. Ruby shoving off the person and Blake shooting the person with Gamble Shroud. The man bringing the fatal bullet?
What?
What? I'm guessing
What?
the guy that was attacked?
Okay, hold on.
I can't wait for the Stanley Parable Solitaire crossover. However, the person landed on the truck of a car, which
Trunk,
unfortunately...
not truck.
Oh, yeah, trunk. Which unfortunately
That
started
is,
the
guys,
alarm.
there is no crossover for that. There are 2 crossovers for Star Wars and Solitaire, if you're interested in that.
What?
What?
I'm not
No.
lying. I'm
No,
serious.
I'm
We will-
no.
Later.
No.
There's
Later.
also
No.
one for Harry Potter.
Oh, this is about to get bad. The old man of the group said, reloading his M16.
They wouldn't know what that is.
They wouldn't.
Also,
Then the
Bill
same
would not say this is about to get bad. There would be far more cursing in there. Also, possibly insulting them. like, what the hell are you doing, you idiots?
What the damn hell are you think you're doing? Yeah, something like that. Hey, come on, Max, you can do the Bill impression the best. I believe in you.
That was Trios.
Oh, that was Trios.
I didn't do impressions. I sat there yelling, "Where the fuck are you guys?"
And then we were giggling like schoolgirls inside the safe house.
I was gone for like a minute, and you somehow sped run everything.
Remember the time we both hopped over the witch in the doorway and it came after you instead?
Yeah, I just happened to get in the way, so I ended up triggering the aggro for it. I think Trios triggered it, but because I was standing in the way, the aggro switched because I was in the way too long.
Yup.
Fuck you.
Good days, good days. Anyway. They looked out the street. Okay. To see most likely thousands. They're missing words in this sentence.
Also, that's not how the hordes work. Like,
yeah. Of those things charging for them. The team didn't really have any idea what was going on, but they knew it was bad. As they drew their weapons, there was another noise, one of roaring. A super huge creature crashed, slightly resembling that of an ape, through a car, smashing a gate, and a good few of those things. Run or shoot. Oh my god, they're replaying the opening to No Mercy.
yeah, they are. Also, I have a problem here. I don't think they would know what an ape is, would they?
Oh.
That would...
Like, we know there are monkey faunists, but I don't think there are ape ones.
We have no way of knowing, because we know that there are just normal-ass animals in that world, but unless they're willing to give us an entire fucking... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Bestiary?
Yeah, bestiary.
I guess it's bestiary, yeah. Unless they're willing to give us that with everything included, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
okay.
I'm going off the assumption this might be like an Earth-sized world with maybe a couple 100 million people.
Also,
Because, you know,
I'm really
death around every
curious
corner.
as to why Team Ruby's not trying to go for the non-lethal approach, and they just went straight to, yeah, let's fucking kill them.
Okay, I mean, it could be said because they see them
Hi,
like,
Isley.
trying to eat those people, and then because they see, you know, hoodie guy, like, trying to rip a guy up. I could understand them opting straight for lethal.
Yeah, but, like, Roman genuinely tried to kill them, and they still went for non-lethal with him.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Blake might be the only one in the team willing to go full lethal.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. You're just in
good
time,
point.
Isley, for a Left 4 Dead Ruby crossover where apparently zombies are more terrifying than Grim.
Also, I want to bring this up. It's just a little thing, but it's still annoying as hell. Run or shoot. The man who they later learned was named Lewis asked. That's it. That sentence shouldn't be there.
That's a very
Yeah, no, if you're gonna have that kind of sentence,
that's a very
then
cheap way of introducing the name of a person.
This would need to be a flashback if you were gonna have a sentence like that.
It's very lazy and it's bad writing.
Yeah. Also, you know, like literally a paragraph earlier, they had them talking about the specifics of the M16. The gun that Bill was using was an M16. So I'm not quite sure what point of view we're coming from here.
Because sometimes it seems like it's coming from Rubies, sometimes it seems like it's coming from the survivors.
Yeah.
Bloodborne Ruby actually works fairly well, and I've actually
thematically speaking, they would work quite well together.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact of the matter is, there's enough giant monstrosities that they can't just breeze through.
Yeah.
Runner shoot, runner
And jerk
shoot,
weapons,
both, the
so.
old man yelled, everyone running down an alley, firing their weapons at will. Wouldn't Ruby's rifle kind of, like, splatter the tank?
Well, seeing as
Um,
Ruby's rifle
I
is
don't know.
theorized to be an anti-personnel 50
But
cal,
even then,
probably.
it's
Yeah.
50 cal. Like, I'm not saying they're the same, but you do use a sniper rifle. You can shoot the tank with a sniper rifle, and while those may not be 50 cal,
Those aren't. One of them is I think a
uh,
22 hunting rifle, and the other is.
A 308.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's still
Which
308, and I know it's not the same, but a
no, the
308 can.
difference in their damage is completely not the same. And don't forget,
I
hers
am
are dust
aware.
powered
Oh yeah,
currently.
and hers are dust powered, meant to be used against armored Grim.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I was gonna say an anti-material rifle wouldn't necessarily kill a tank if you didn't hit something vital.
Well, yeah,
I
but
think that
assuming that
it's
she,
pretty
because
vital,
she's pretty
and
fucking
she is a
accurate
crack
with
shot.
that damn thing, I would assume
Yeah.
that she'd be able to pop its head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she wouldn't
She's-
necessarily know to do that. She might shoot for the center of mass, which we don't know the biology of a tank, so she might miss everything.
No, considering
important.
the fact that they were taught to deal with Grim and, you know, center mass doesn't really affect Grim.
But that's the thing. You can disperse a Grim by just doing enough damage to its body. Like, in
Well,
fact,
I mean,
a lot
yeah,
of the
but a
time,
headshot's
at least-
easier, and if you're a sniper...
But that's the thing, Sneaky. A headshot's not easier ever.
Well, yes, no, it's... A headshot's easier to disperse it with,
Yes.
in terms of both ammo efficiency and time.
But here's the thing. As you pointed out, as we saw, her rifle can disperse Grim just hitting center of mass.
Yeah,
so
that's
she doesn't
true, that
need
is
to
true.
go for headshots.
So, yeah.
So her
Anyway,
training would indeed
regardless, we're gonna see
Yeah.
what happens here anyway.
Also, firing at will, they never said this, so I can only assume they're just shooting straight past Team Ruby, which is abhorrent fire control, and Bill would never consent to.
Isley says dust rounds
Okay.
seem to always do the least damage possible in every situation.
He's not wrong.
Mini 14.
Anyway, you guys to the roof. The biker said, aiming a shotgun. You guys go, I'll help him.
Yeah.
Ruby said, putting Crescent Rose into shotgun mode.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was groaning about earlier. Oh, okay.
Oh. What?
You read correctly, that's what he put.
Once the beast came around, they fired as fast as they could, but it still charged through their bullets. Even Ruby's
Why-
bullets, which were much stronger than the bikers. It then
Okay,
slammed
they don't
them
know that, and-
into a wall.
Okay, A, they have no way of knowing that. B, why on
Wait, no
earth
way of
would you
knowing
pick-
what?
Knowing that Ruby's bullets would do more damage than the bikers.
They have no way of knowing. Neither of them would have any way of knowing that. And secondly, this is incredibly stupid. Why on earth would you ever think that Ruby's weapon has a shotgun attachment? And even if it does, why would you use Ruby in this situation and not Yang, the girl who has 2 shotgun gauntlets and likes punching things?
And don't forget, she has special ammunition to to fire small rockets as well. That
Is
also
firing
have
fast
bursts.
like seeing fast? What do you mean by that, Isley? They fired as fast. By they fired as fast as they could. I would assume by firing as fast as they could, they meant they, you know, continuously cocked the weapon as quickly as they possibly could. Because, you know, shotguns.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they are still using the quote-unquote Tier 1 weapons in the trailer, so it is a pump shotgun that is
Well, I was
being
gonna say not
used
just that.
in
I
an
mean,
instance. And
Zoe
Ruby's
only
is
had.
a bolt that she
I was gonna
does have
say
to slide back.
Zoe only has an Uzi when they come across her in this
In
story.
comics, the way they dodge bullets is by seeing faster than the bullet.
And Fran, yeah, it looks,
Oh,
yeah,
the
she's standing.
comics are basically non-canon.
Which sucks.
It feels like this crossover Team Ruby is very underpowered. Yeah, pretty much. That is a main problem I see in a lot of crossovers, where the author wants to hug the canon so much that they basically make the new characters that just popped into the X universe more or less useless in terms of diverting canon. Just because they want to, you know, stick to canon. Oh, you meant comics in general? No. It's kind of impossible to dodge a bullet as a normal human.
Yeah. Now you say their excuse for Batman is he starts dodging before they start shooting, which technically speaking,
that is the way you dodge a bullet, actually.
Yeah,
but it's not actually dodging a bullet; it's dodging their aim. They are preparing for the one last moment to unveil the Megazord. Autobots roll out.
Okay, this author's making some really big mistakes here.
Alright, so shotgun scythe form, the old man fired his rifle, which caught the beast's attention. It slammed the wall, missing the old man, threw the rocks at the fire escape. Ruby and the biker narrowly dodging it. They climbed faster, fearing for their lives. They fired the pistol, killing a creature that would have gotten the old man. Go, I'll hold them off, the girl yelled, killing a few more creatures. The beast started climbing after them. Old man climbed with surprising speed, narrowly avoiding the beast multiple times. The girl continually shot it, but soon had to jump. However, the platform began to give out and gave her little to jump from. Francis, she exclaimed as she began to fall. The biker quickly grabbed her arm as the beast fell.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on. How does she know Francis's name?
Exactly.
Zoe shouted Francis.
No, actually. Wait, was it Zoe?
Yeah, they earlier said that the girl with 2 pistols was yelling, "Go, I'll hold them off." They're reenacting the opening cutscene.
Yeah.
Literally almost word for word.
Okay, that is found nowhere in this chapter.
Alright,
well, I said,
can't believe we made it. Son, we just crossed the street.
They still have their aura. There is no reason for this then.
Yep.
This is silly. This
Old
is all
man
silly.
said, lighting a cigar, let's not throw a party till we're out of the city. Can anyone explain to what in the flaming hell is going on? Yang exclaimed, "Where have you been? Under a rock? It's the goddamn vampire apocalypse." The biker said. "They aren't vampires, Francis. They're zombies," Lewis said. "Right, zombies," Yang sighed. "Just our friggin' luck."
Okay, A, not what Yang would say. B, they would not. They would not just accept zombies.
I guess it's better than non-zombies, Weiss said. Still, it feels wrong killing them. They were people before, Ruby said. Oh, now they're suddenly growing a conscience?
What? Also, why are they just accepting this?
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Why do they even know about zombies, being that it's an African word? That's a fairly good point. Honestly, I don't think there'd be much room for zombie or generally any horror flicks that didn't deal with Grimm in the Remnant world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you already have enemies.
Nothing has been mentioned.
But you already have humanity's greatest threat literally outside your walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, at that point, if you're watching if zombie flicks were to exist in Remnant, they'd probably be used to relax or some shit at
Zombie
that point.
Grim!
Yeah, like, oh, this could never.
Like,
Oh, this is such a silly concept.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't,
like I
I'm
said,
not gonna lie.
I just don't think other mythical, fantasy creatures would exist, in terms of vampires and zombies and shit. Humanity would be a bit too busy, dealing with the omnipresent threat of literally genocide.
Yeah, but that's still not necessarily true, Sneaky.
They
Like,
mentioned Bruce Willis, so they clearly have action movies. Well, yeah, of course they have action movies. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just saying horror flicks would most likely more focus on like some sort of grim abomination that can like turn invisible or something than, Mothman or zombies. Just, throwing it out there.
yeah. Well, I mean, we can only
So,
make guesses.
something funny
So,
happened today. A friend bought a car but came to visit me by bus because he forgot his car keys. 10 out of 10, Devil Spidey. 10 out of 10. Let's see. I know how that feels right now in this city. It's kill or be killed, the girl said. That's Zoe. That's not... Looks like we're in luck. Weapons and first aid kits.
Look. You could have literally saved all this idiocy by just first having a stupid fucking scene where they went, "Who are you? Who are you? Hi, my name," and then Lewis, because Lewis is Mr. Friendly, would go, "Hi, my name's Lewis, and that's Bill, and the grumpy one is Bill, the stupid one is Francis," and Zoe would be like, "Hi, I'm Zoe."
Yeah.
And Team Ruby would just be like, "I'm Ruby," blah, 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 blah. And then you could do all of this without the awkward-ass dialogue.
It doesn't seem like a good idea to keep reminding the populace of the evil behind the walls in the movie. No, I would definitely see there a benefit to it, in a propaganda sort of way. I mean, horror flicks would probably always end with the brave, valiant hunters defeating this strange
Actually, come to think of it,
abomination.
they probably wouldn't... The idea of a horror flick would never occur to them. It'd be such a bad idea. Hold on a second, I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, if there was horror flicks, it would be about the Grimm. There wouldn't be much time to speculate on what other monsters could be out there because there's already a monster out there. The following dialogue makes me cringe. Oh boy. Lewis, let me patch your wounds. The hunter must have done a number to you. Yeah, just a scratch. Doesn't hurt as much as it looked. I hope so. You lost quite a bit of blood. So while we're patching Lewis, you said, right? While we're patching him up, why don't we introduce ourselves? Yang, you're not patching anyone up. Why are you referring to Bill patching Lewis up with a we? It makes me moist. Doesn't seem like a good... Yeah, okay. Blah 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 XXX said times over. Of course it is. I'm Yang, I'm Francis, Zoe, Bill, Weiss, Blake, Weiss, there were Ruby. That does bring some confusion. Good to know. You seem like alright enough people, Francis said.
Francis,
thanks, same to you, I guess, Yang said. Alright, okay. I think that'll hold you for now, Bill said. Thank Bill, Lewis said, getting up. Looks like we're ready to go, Yang said. But where do we go? Francis asked as helicopter came flying over. Report to Mercy Hospital, Yang said. Subway tunnels, grab a weapon. Might as well, Weiss said, taking an Uzi as well as Blake. Ruby and Yang took pump shotguns. Why are they grabbing weapons? Unfortunately lost his gun while chasing the tank, so he also grabbed an Uzi, grabbed ammo for their weapons, and everyone grabbed health kits.
Where did the where did the extra 8 health kits spawn? Because we already used one for Lewis. So even assuming an extra 7 spawned, someone's out of luck. So where did the extra one come?
Do you guys want to go to the next chapter?
I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Oh god.
Subway traversal. Once they all loaded up and we are ready to fight, Zoe opened the door, which revealed a staircase downward. Downward?
So they gotta take a slight drop to get to a staircase?
This very rapidly went from plot cringe to writing cringe. We got nowhere else to go, but I'm willing to bet there's a good amount of zombies between us and the subway, Zoe said. Then let's kick them all back to hell, Yang said. Would the concept of hell even be in Remnant?
Again, I have no way of knowing. We
Damn
don't know
right.
because we're not writers for Ruby.
Indeed. Damn right, Francis said as they went down the stairs. Zombies, they killed. Floor plans, bottle of pain pills, and Bill found a pistol, extra pistol, put it with his other pistol. Hey, Blake, you might be needing this. Not the greatest weapon, but it'll serve you better than nothing. Handing the pistol to Blake. What the fuck happened to all their weapons?
An extra pistol might come in handy. Hey, Blake, you can have the... Bill, why'd you say it might come in handy and put it with your pistol and immediately, I'm assuming, take it right off your belt to hand it to Blake? Why not just do that in the first place?
There's another staircase, gunshots, more zombies. Catch any of us in the crossfire. Don't you know about the vampires? Where have you been? We're hermits, Ruby said. Hermits in a group. Hermits united. We meet up every few years and tell stories about caves. It's good fun, you know, for a hermit.
I'm pretty sure Yang would be the one to come for that story, because Ruby is, as we know, socially
Ruby.
awkward.
Oh, God. As long as you're handy with a gun, I got no problem. Ruby, can we talk for a second? Weiss said, everyone getting out of earshot. What the heck are you talking about? Oh, yes, because Weiss just curses the heck up. Look, I thought about it logically. If we told them we are from another planet, they'd think we were crazy. I mean, what would you say if someone not from Remnant came there and said they were from another planet? Ruby said. She holds a valid point. I believe she is right, Blake said. Alright, fine, I get that, but why hermits? Weiss asked. It was the first thing that came to mind, Ruby shrugged. Also, hermits united, Yang laughed. I improvised, Ruby said. You got that from Professor Who. Don't lie.
You know, could have gone one step further to make it a little bit more creative and called it Professor What or something.
Yep.
Or Professor Whom.
Yeah, Professor Whom. There we go. That would have been witty. This is the most horrible dialogue I've seen ever. You would be surprised, Zeeks. I've actually seen worse dialogue.
I'm pretty sure I've written worse dialogue.
I'm pretty sure I wrote worse dialogue. Remember the first chapter before the rewrites? Oh boy.
This is one of this author's. Oh no, this isn't even one of their first. Actually, it might be. Okay, yes. This is one of their first. This is in fact their third, it would appear.
I see.
And they definitely need some improvement.
Just a wee bit. And it was worth it. Ruby smirked. Ruby
Jesus
smirked.
Christ, they couldn't even figure out how to play a DVD on the PS4. You know, it's not hard. 2 seconds of experimentation would have figured it out.
Well, also connecting it to the internet. But
What do you mean connecting it to the internet?
oh yeah, PS4 has to be connected to the internet in order to play DVDs for some reason.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not a problem. Mine's already connected to the internet, so...
Yeah, but it's really annoying when you're transplanting it between houses.
Oh, no, that's dumb as toast.
It's
I
more like
agree,
a script than dialogue and has no description. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, the floor is cleared. Search for anything useful, Bill said. Then they went scavenging, but found little to nothing.
By the way, about
They
that
continued
Naruto update,
on.
I guess there are HD remasters of Naruto Ninja Storm 1, 2, 3,
Yes, we knew about that.
Burst. Okay.
Yeah, no, we knew about. Wait, did they just give me that for fucking free on Steam?
I don't know,
think so.
maybe?
Wait, hang on. You keep going, Sneaky. I'm gonna go look into this.
They continued on, stepping through a hole in the wall. Then they heard a noise like coughing.
Are we still on this idiocy?
Yeah. What is that? Weiss asked. Smoker Bill snarled, raising his shotgun. He motioned for everyone to move forward, and then
That's
a large, slender man spat out what seemed to be a tongue and wrapped it around Bill. Zoe being first to react and shooting the smoker in the face, killing it. They unwrapped Bill from the tongue and got him up. What the heck was that thing? Yang asked, startled. A smoker. They'll grab you and yank you away, and while you're trapped, you can't do a thing but struggle, which makes you perfect meal for the zombies, Bill said. Great, so basically a mutation or whatever, Yang said.
Thank you for the obvious, Yang.
I just realized something. This is one of the first times you guys have moved on to the second chapter and you didn't even spend 3 hours of the first one. It's clearly the end times. Yeah, I mean, it was short enough. I just wanted to see what the fucking shit's going on here, and, Ruby fired her shotgun, activating the car alarm.
You mean the shotgun she doesn't have?
The shotgun she picked up, because apparently her and Yang picked up pump shotguns.
North Korea has fired 3 short-range ballistic missiles, but all 3 of them appear to have ended in failure. What if North Korea's been trying to attack South Korea for years, but they just can't ever fire a missile at them properly?
Indeed. Alright, well, that was,
Stupid and pointless.
Infected Rose. Did we ever get around to... Oh, yeah, we did already do this one. Yep.
Yeah.
We did already do this one. Let's see.
Who was it? I think it was Silod made the mistake of saying, I hope you guys never find my writings.
Oh, why? Did you just look him up?
I found his writings.
Oh. Oh, yeah?
We'll deal with him later. We already have a full plate.
Alright, Silod 3, maybe?
You say, besides, 3? We'll give him he said he might be doing some work. We'll give him a chance to clean it up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But he linked it on his YouTube profile.
You! Stalker!
I was gonna say, he is like one of the penitents. His soul yearned to be cleansed. Though he did not know it.
Alright, so the next up story is Warcraft and Naruto.
Not another one.
Naruto Uzumaki, the Prince of Death. The heir to Arthas. I wish I was kidding.
Why do we suffer these people to live?
I don't know. You should ask other people.
An initial assessment from the U.S. said the first and third missiles failed in flight, while the second missile appears to have blown up almost immediately.
We already did Warcraft Naruto recently. Yeah, we did a Warcraft Naruto story already, this is true. We don't really have much to choose from, though. We're pretty limited in the amount of areas we can pull from, being that I haven't touched anime or really a variety of games that made me want to read fanfiction of in quite a few years.
I was gonna say, the same goes for most of us. We know what we know, sadly. We are working on trying to expand that knowledge so that we can bring you more torment, but we have to actually learn about it before we do that.
Roast one of yours. But yours are so short. They're only 100 words long.
Yeah, there's no point in roasting them. By the time we can get a good head of steam going...
Go for it, Isley. What's your off-topic question?
No off-topic allowed. No soup for you.
Oh, be quiet, soup Nazi. Anyway, I'll keep going while Isley is contemplating his life choices.
Alright. Also, yes, apparently that 8 GB update was for the remaster of Storm 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Nice. I was reading Worm. What are the Endbringers?
Oh no.
No, you don't get to know that yet.
We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
Oh, you'll find out.
I mean, if you really want to know, you can always go wiki diving.
You shouldn't, but you can.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. Alright, so this is probably going to be our edgy story of the day.
Of the day?
Naruto Uzumaki, the Prince of Death. Arthas sought an heir and found one in a demon container of the elemental countries. Now the boy will be trained and empowered to take the Lich King's throne, if needed, and to get the revenge he deserves.
What? Arthas would never train anyone to take the throne, because he would be like, if I train them to take the throne, they'll just...
Take the
throne.
May Kami have mercy on the elemental nations, for death now walks the lands, and he is furious. Actually, World of Warcraft, but I couldn't choose that.
I am fighting the urge to kill. It is not successful.
Welcome to my new Naruto crossover, the Prince of Death, formerly known as Lich King Reborn. I'm not abandoning my other stories. He will be a Death Knight Necromancer with the ability to command undead. He will be butchering his enemies.
Oh, Sneaky, I think you and I have run into this story before.
Have we?
When it was under Lich King Reborn.
Oh shit!
Not
have
on
we?
stream, but a little. I think a year or two back when it was still fairly new. Like the author name looks really familiar, and the summary kind of seems familiar as well.
I think you might be right. Oh.
How do we keep stumbling on these old fics we found like 2 and 3 years ago?
I don't know.
For that matter,
no,
why do I remember
all we gotta do
like,
is go find that Hinata Seductress story now in the Rainbow Eyes story.
I don't know if I can ever track down the Rainbow Eyes, but the Seductress I can find pretty easily.
No. I don't care if you can find it easily. Unfind it. lose it.
But Hinata's
Forever.
seductress is the best kind of challenge. Don't laugh while you read it.
And not a yeah, I found it.
Please. Look, we'll save that for later when we need to laugh.
Indeed, indeed. This will take place during a different time and version of WoW, as
Wait,
Naruto being there changes things.
It was just recently updated this year, apparently.
Naruto will steal the souls of his victims.
Only Frostmourne does that.
This chapter will be in Warcraft universe, but the rest will be in Naruto's world. This is all centered on him. Pairings are undecided, though a character from Warcraft, I doubt many of you know her, will serve Naruto and might not be the only pairing. Naruto, Jesus fucking Christ, blah blah blah. Okay, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. He provides a nice index. The king finds an heir. You believe you all know about the Lich King and his successor, but you don't know anything at all. Here is the real tale about a king's need and a boy's rise to power.
Once again, Arthas would literally never do this.
So it looks like a Naruto, Josh, and Yaoi fic. They would totally hit it off with Hidan. I guess Joshin works too.
Alright, whoever said those words is banned from chat forever.
It has been 4 years since Minato Namikaze sealed the beast, known as Kyuubi, into his newborn son Naruto. It has been 4 years of peace for the village, and everyone is content and happy. Except one person, that is. You see, the villagers never honored the request to see his son as a hero, and to protect him, while the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, never really cared, as he didn't feel he could assert his position without risking it being lost. And if that meant allowing the public to get their 10 pounds of flesh, literally in some instances, from the boy, then he would allow it, so as long as they didn't actually kill him. Oh boy, a manipulative, evil Hiruzen! It's not like that's ever been done before. Of course, this was kept from people who would have stopped it, namely the clan heads, friends of the boy's parents, and the boy's godparents, the former using their clans to protect the boy and making many unhappy, the middle striking down anyone who tried to harm the boy, and the latter either taking the boy away to crush anyone who tried to harm him. To be honest, I never stumbled onto an evil Hiruzen fic, as strange as it sounds. I'm actually kind of surprised, they're pretty common.
I think they're common because you spend far too much time in this section, Sneaky.
I will not having you, of all people, question my life choices.
Your life
I don't even know what
could
the
use
hell
some
that's
questioning.
supposed to mean.
Mister, I have no standards.
Yeah, and your point being, aside from me having standards I can turn off with a switch, at least I get my money's worth out of stuff.
But you don't! You turn off your standards for it!
Anyway. Hiruzen now stood on a building watching Naruto run for his life again from a mob again.
Oh, of course!
Waiting for them to catch
mob.
him, beating him for a good while, and then he would swoop in and save him, so Naruto
Yes.
would feel
5,
indebted
5,
and
6
loyal to him.
aggression.
Yeah, Sneaky, we ran into this story a couple years back. Fucking stop finding old stories!
It's been rewritten. It still hasn't improved, though.
Well, I mean, no, it has. His grammar and spelling have improved tremendously.
Oh yes, his grammar and spelling has improved. Doesn't
But
make
the story
better.
itself hasn't. Yeah, no, it makes it bearable, at least, because we're not having to piece together broken sentences.
Indeed. You guys should make a fucking checklist for the stereotypical Naruto fanfic. I might.
I was gonna say, we already have the checklist in our heads, we just have to write it down.
We could make bingo cards out of it, probably.
We could. Yeah, that's what we should do. That'll get PB. Everyone should get a bingo card, and we'll write down the various things that could possibly pop up during the podcast.
You know, I feel like this bingo list, Sneaky, will probably reveal far more about how many crappy fics we've read in the Naruto section than we want to know.
The harem, the civilian council, stalker Hinata. No, to be fair, Hinata was kind of a stalker. Evil Sakura, etc. Yeah.
Manipulative Hiruzen.
Yeah, evil Hiruzen.
Oh, shitbag Jiraiya is always a fun one when it pops up.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
What's self-deprecating Kakashi. Because that's one of the stereotypes that I've not seen written horribly yet. Thank God.
Let's see. What else we got? Oh, Anko finding love for Naruto.
Sex
Oh yeah,
partner
Fem
Kyuubi.
Kyuubi. Yes. Yep.
Oh, I hate those so much. They're so creepy.
Oh,
Let's
high
see,
school.
what
Can we add
else
high
we
school AU
Oh
to
yes.
that?
High school AU, college AU, medieval times AU.
Real world AU, like normal
Oh yes,
world AU.
mobster
Oh, yeah,
AU.
normal.
I've seen that quite a few times.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen that.
Mobster AU. I've actually seen that quite a few times.
OC Akatsuki.
Oh yes, the OC that meets up with the Akatsuki and just suddenly is their bestest friend.
Oh, Akatsuki Sakura. That had a huge surge back in 2014.
Oh yes, Akatsuki Sakura. I remember that.
I would love to be able to add Rainbow Eyes to the list, but we've only ever run into one of those, unfortunately. And that actually makes me sad, and I don't know why.
Oh, I know one. OC, but totally not a Dreaming of Sunshine knockoff.
Oh, Sneaky. OC sibling for Naruto.
Yes.
Bonus points if it's a sister.
And not only that, there's also the evil Minato, who ignores Naruto and dotes on his two sisters, who have the yin and yang halves of the Kyuubi, and he gets the shell.
I have only seen that once.
Really? I have seen that quite a few times.
Only once. I've only seen that once.
Yeah, evil Minato is a thing.
Let's see. What's another stereotype that we ran into quite often?
Oh, Naruto times Kushina. That's actually something I see far more than I should.
Yeah, that's had a weird surge. For some reason. Not sure why. Trying to remember another one.
Let's see what else we got.
Have we done Evil Naruto?
Oh, we're forgetting the most obvious. Naruto was a genius all along, but he was sealed away.
Yes.
I've only seen that in one
No,
story.
Max, we've seen that a lot.
I've seen that quite a few times. This is a crossover story of World of Warcraft and Naruto. In which the big bad of the Frozen Throne adopts Naruto as his heir.
And trains him to replace him, despite knowing exactly what would happen if he does that.
Exiled Naruto. There's
Oh yeah,
another
that's
one.
another one.
Oh, don't forget Naruto that's gone 1,000 years into the... That's gone blank years into the future because he's immortal and is super experienced and super awesome and now appears in blank universe.
Immortal Naruto. Oh, time traveling Naruto. Back to the past.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's the physical henge Naruto with lots of gender bend sex. I've actually never seen. I mean, Naruto's henge is physical. That is canon. I've never actually seen him use it for sex, though. Thankfully.
Yeah. Oh, we're forgetting one of the most important, one of the most obvious ones. Naruto's harem, where every man is a woman. Like every male character.
I've only seen that one once.
I've never seen that. This is the first I've heard of that.
Isley says, have you mentioned Naruto being the heir of, like, 8 clans? That is, I've only seen that, like, 1 or 2 times.
That's
so I can't exactly call that a stereotype.
How does that even work? Rinnegan Naruto and Sharingan Naruto.
Yes, Rinnegan and Sharingan Naruto. Those are still hyper popular. Older brother Itachi. That's a common stereotype I've seen. Is Itachi is for some reason acting like an older brother to Naruto.
I mean, the further we got in the series, the more it's like, actually, I could have seen Itachi doing that.
Yeah, you could have.
If the QB Knight hit into differently, I could see that having been a possibility. Still fucking angry about that.
About what?
We got confirmation in one of the filler arcs that Minato didn't have to use the Death Seal. He could have just split the QB in half and put half back in Kushina to keep her alive and half into Naruto.
Oh, so he's a jackass.
We got confirmation. It's like
so instead he used the Death Seal to put half in him and then half in Naruto.
Yeah,
that sounds
turns
convoluted.
Out he didn't have to do that. In fact, if he just accepted Saratobi's help, because of restraining the QB.
Yeah, you kind of just cut out completely.
Yeah,
it looks
I was
like
say,
I appear
they're
to be
trying to
having
stop you from spreading the truth.
Yeah, I appear to be having internet troubles for some reason. I'm not sure.
There's
I didn't know that Ninja could disrupt the internet.
What could possibly else be? What else?
That was weird. But oh God, what was it? Saratobi and the Inashikacho trio are capable of restraining the QB.
Oh yeah.
So instead of Saratobi's like, let me handle this, Minato. I can do the seal. No, you should protect the village. Like, okay, Minato, you're the one with the space-time ninjutsu. You know, you are a seal master. You have a number of seals within your skill level that would let you split this thing in half without killing yourself.
Yes, Zeeks, you're right. That is the one we forgot. Kushina is actually alive this whole time and was lied to about Naruto.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember that one.
Yeah, and they usually double as Naruto times Kushina fix.
I think what I find the funniest about
which
that
are
is,
just
like,
wrong on so many levels.
I find that one, honest to be one of the funniest. Kushina's still alive. Okay. The claw went completely through her. Right out of her chest. Probably got rid of both lungs and nicked her heart. And the QB was no longer inside of her. And Jinchurikis tend to die
and don't forget the part
that's
about
taken
her,
out of their system.
Suddenly being willing to doink her son.
I actually,
I'm ignoring that part.
I found one Kushina times Naruto story that did it in a very amusingly cruel fashion. In that Naruto tricks Hinata into doing some sort of ritual thing, and then Kushina takes over Hinata.
What?
And proceeds to have sex with Naruto.
Okay, first of all, what are you
think I was in a
smoking?
call with
Second of all,
Dog.
you're gonna have to
I
give some more
remember that
explanation,
now.
Sneaky.
I remember. Oh God, why did you have to bring that one up?
Okay, I don't know what's going on, and I think I'm happier for it.
Sneaky and I used to stay up until like 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning when I was back in college. And sometimes he would just start reading Naruto fanfiction summaries. And that was one of them. And the summary was so confusing, he decided to peek into the first 2 or 3 chapters.
Yeah, it was like Kushina was like haunting Naruto, and Naruto like could see Kushina, and they like hatched this plan to use Hinata in a ritual to give Kushina her body. And then Kushina was like, "Oh my God, my motherly love is fusing with Hinata's lover's love, and now I just double love you like a lover. Fuck me and call me mommy."
That is the appropriate reaction.
And technically, it's not incest.
I'm sorry, what? No.
No, it's technically not because they're no longer blood related at that point. It was so messed up.
Isley thinks he's read that one before.
Oh no. Oh no. You poor soul.
Alright. Let's get back to the edgy as fuck crossover.
It's actually still
Can we
not gotten edgy yet. Like, I think the edgiest part so far is Arthas himself.
No, I'm pretty sure Hiruzen allowing Naruto to be tortured and have literally pounds of flesh removed from him to be pretty edgy.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't make Naruto an edgelord. It depends on how Naruto himself starts acting. That's what determines the edgelord part
That's
of it.
fair enough, but I think the edgelord.
Now, if you want to call this story edgy, most certainly, sir, I will not stop you from that.
I think at this point in time, I'm calling the author an edgelord.
Wow, that's wow.
I mean, that's not questionable.
I'm not wrong.
Now watch, this guy listens to nothing but pop music, I'm sure.
Oh, probably. Anyway, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Seeing them corner him in an alley, Hiruzen left the area to gather a few Anbu to control the situation.
Control the situation?
Hiruzen, never believing in the teachings of his predecessors or their family's view on Jinchuriki, couldn't allow the people who would defend Naruto to do so. What? Couldn't. What?
This is. I'm sorry. This is some Obito Uchiha levels of logic right now.
Yeah, because the boy had to be loyal to Konoha and protect it, as it would deter anyone from trying to go to war with them, since Naruto held the strongest of the tailed beasts. Jinchuriki were weapons, and Naruto was going to be one for Konoha, no matter what had to be done to ensure it occurred. The rest of the world could burn, and its people
and let the civilians be mean to
torment
him.
for as long
he's
as
not
he
torturing
could care.
him.
As
He's
long
letting
as
the
Konoha
civilians
was
Yeah,
the
but that's what I'm saying.
strongest
You're gonna
and
let the
stood
civilians
above
torture. You know what a
everything
great
else.
way to ensure his loyalty would be, Hiruzen? What if, what if you were nice to him, adopted him as your own kid, gave him 3 square meals a day, and doted on him with fatherly love? Crazy,
Clearly.
I know.
Yep, and that's insane.
You know what? I want to see someone write a manipulative Hiruzen story where he's the nicest guy ever to Naruto, but it's for all the evil Hiruzen reasons. But it's just like, I mean, I guess I could have gone with the whole torturing thing, but that has way too much of a chance of backfiring.
Isley just said we forgot the most important one. The magic dong of Naruto, where every girl falls in love with him at first sight.
I didn't even think we needed to mention that one.
That's how you write romance, right? Oh my god, he touched me. I gotta go blush and then think about his dick.
What the fuck?
Are you
Stop it.
telling me that's not how romance works, Max? Are you saying these Naruto fics lied to me?
I mean, then again, based on some of the interactions we've seen Sneaky have with females, that may not be too far off.
If he only knew that some of that would occur to people in the future.
Oh.
What? And
What?
the man entity that would be the catalyst was approaching as the current attack was happening, or that he was about to lose that which he desired to keep, and his views would unleash a wrath upon him that could never have fathomed.
Wow, okay, you know what? We need to take a small break here and break down literally just that
No.
run-on sentence.
Nope.
Oh,
Not.
yes, we are.
No,
You're not getting out of this.
We're going forward, full steam ahead, boys.
No.
In the
no.
nearby shadows and darkness was Batman.
Well, Batman. You know
I'm
what?
Batman.
You know what would be a great crossover? Naruto and Batman. That'd be fantastic.
What kind of ninja are you? I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oh, that's adorable. Apparently Square Enix is making a pocket edition of Final Fantasy 15.
A pocket
I can't-
edition.
I
No,
can't
it
wait.
wouldn't.
I can't wait for it to just be like, hey guys, you need a 64 GB storage card for it.
Yeah.
A man outfitted in gray plate armor,
Here.
a tri-horned helmet, black cape, a pale blue glowing sword underneath said cape, and all of said armor and sword were covered in skulls, stood in the shadows watching the mob attack, while
Okay,
three
hold on.
figures
Hold
stood
on.
beside him.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
What kind of ninja
This is
are
a
you?
ninja village. This is a ninja village.
But he's Batman.
You expect me to believe that Bathis, Batarthus? How do we say this?
Let's go with Bathis.
Bathis just strolled in. I think, despite how bad they are at their job sometimes, I think the gate guards would have been like, "You can't come in."
That is a fair point. That is a fair and balanced point.
I hope he went. Yeah, and hopefully he'd be going to whatever gate,
He
God, I can't
stroll and
remember
he
their-
phased
I
in.
can't remember their fucking names now, Sneaky.
That's
Who are
not
the
really a
gate
problem.
guards? that we used to see?
I was gonna
Izuma
say,
and
we spent so much time
Kotetsu?
learning about them so that we could
Yeah,
write them properly for our
hope he
terrible
doesn't
story.
Their gate, because I actually like those guys, and I'd hate for them to just be killed for doing their job.
Oh boy! Wait!
No, clearly Arthas would try to kill
what
them,
the fuck?
but he would be fooled by the log.
Wait, what?
Well, I guess he'd be fooled by
Watching the
panels.
mob attack while three figures stood beside him. One was a man outfitted in black plate armor with twin swords strapped to his sides and pale skin. From what was shown, another was a skeleton with sharpened teeth and elongated canines that was wearing a long flowing robe and a headdress while he gave off a chilling feeling. And the last was a woman who was dark-skinned, white-haired, and had blood-red eyes, pointed ears, and light metal armor accentuated her body's curves, and a hooded cloak covering most of her form. The first was Arthas Menthal, the Death Knight turned Lich King. The man was Thalric Malwyn, Arthas's most trusted captain when they were human, and now Arthas's most trusted Death Knight and commanding general of the Death Knight Order. The skeleton
how
was
that
the wizard
works.
turned necromancer turned lich known as Kel'Thuzad, who was Arthas's major domo, advisor, trusted confidant, etc. And the last was Varisa Windrunner.
Who?
What? The younger sister to Sylvanas. You know, the Varisa's an actual character. I'm just
I
wondering
know she is.
what the fuck she's doing here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, the guards are some of the most incompetent people ever. In the anime, at least. No, I wonder if Arthas is as underpowered as Ruby in the last trick. Yeah, maybe, it's possible. Probably not. Probably the ninjas are going to be the ones underpowered in this one. And Shadow Hunter in service to Arthas of her own free will after she aided in the destruction of Quel'Thalas by showing Arthas the way into her people's homes and then was killed by her own people before Arthas resurrected her. So she turned.
No, that's not what happened. At all. Ever. Why would you do this? There's no reason to do this.
Clearly there's a reason to do this. He finds Varisa hotter than Sylvanas, which is clearly blasphemy.
Sylvanas' best undead waifu.
Indeed. Now, you might be wondering why these beings were here.
We might be wondering why you changed canon for no good reason, and how you're going to justify them being here.
I'm also mildly wondering why we suddenly are being referred to. Well, the answer is that they felt the power of the Kyuubi during the attack 4 years ago from their realm, and spent time and energy to find a way to this realm. Now they were here and... oh my god. Fucking kill me.
What, did they just switch servers? Is that what happened?
Just fucking shoot me, fam. Just fuck my shit up.
You know what? Just shoot me to another dimension, brah. Let's just you know what? Just pick one. Pick one. We'll see what happens, eh?
I just want to be certain here, like, if anyone tries to start shit with Arthas, regardless of them being Anbu or otherwise, he should be able to pretty much wreck their shit, right? Canonically.
Oh! Yeah, no, more or less.
Hell yeah. Max,
okay.
It takes a raid of... That was a 20-man raid, right?
That was a 20-man raid, yeah.
Okay. It's a 20-man raid, and they can't even win.
Oh, okay, so final form Naruto and Sasuke might stand a chance then. Maybe. Is what you're telling me. Like, until we get to Ninja Jesus part of the story.
But pre-Ninja Jesus, they pretty much couldn't beat him.
Like, maybe Guy, maybe Madara at his peak during the Ninja World War.
Unfortunately, I don't think Guy could do it.
Yeah, the problem with the Lich King whole bit is it requires magic to sever his attachment to, living, and Guy just punches really hard.
Well, the issue, Sneaky, is that Guy's punching while his entire body is infused with gross amounts of chakra, which, depending on which particular fiction you're looking at, would still count as magic. I think chakra is capable of hurting Superman, for example, based on DC's interpretation of it.
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
So, how does World of Warcraft define magic? Is it an internal or external thing, or is it a mix of both?
Well, first off, it entirely depends on which version of magic you're using. The arcane or the fel.
Or the ancient magics.
Okay, you know what? Let's just continue with the story.
Indeed.
I'm not sitting here for a lecture.
Indeed.
Not on this.
You don't want to hear the lecture about the arcane, the fel, and the ancient?
No, I don't.
Are you sure? It's a great lecture. It's very informative.
The story ends at some point.
No, the story never ends. It goes on forever.
It's the never-ending story.
Yeah, it just keeps generating more words.
Oh, it's 113,000 words, apparently.
Yeah.
It was just updated April 10th.
Now you remember blah 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 blah. They were here and witnessing it. These fools harm that which could claim more land. I never understand mortals. Arthas spoke. Oh boy. Okay. They are hopeless, my king. Blah blah blah. Ignorant. What are your orders? Kill them, but spare the boy. Prepare to return home. You will not harm this boy. Mob froze. Get out of the way so we can kill the demon. Literally, Jesus fucking Christ. So a guy in big fuck off armor walks in front of you and says, "Hey, leave." And the response is to flex and say, "Fuck you."
Yeah, seems logical.
And then the mob is just like, "Oh, you should get out of here before we do something to you."
Like, and it's not just armor. He's got a weird blue glow. He's got a giant sword, which, as far as these civilians are concerned, like, I'm pretty sure their first thought would that be he'd be one of the, what are they, the 13 swordsmen or whatever?
Yeah, something like that. Some fucking, I don't know. It's just
Some stupid frickin' title that they have in Naruto land. But they'd be like, oh, he's glowing blue, he's got armor covered in skulls, and he's got a giant sword that's like half again the size of a human being.
Isley has pointed out we have now hit a whole 10 subscribers on YouTube. That is cause for celebration. I propose we all drink shots of bleach.
No. I have a job now. I have an actual income. Why would I do that?
Because it's better than enduring this constant suffering.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I get like every other Friday off from this crap. I'm good.
You fools, the boy isn't a demon, he's the prison. I cannot allow you to harm him. Arthas said as Frostmourne devoured their souls.
That was rude.
Okay. Do not fear me, that comes later. Oh, thank you for saving me, mister. Arthas smiled behind his helmet. Call me Arthas Menthol. I am also known as the Lich King and leader of the Undead Scourge, which lies beyond the boundaries of this world. Wow, it's an honor to meet you, your majesty. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, sir. Fucking kill me. Why did I do this?
End my suffering, won't you?
I love the search function in Discord.
Oh yeah?
What are you searching for?
I'm,
Easy ways to die? How to make the pain stop?
I'm looking for
How many
fanfiction
times I say the word
from
suicide?
a while back, but I just got to the part where we started looking at random bunk beds after that triple bunk bed fanfiction.
Oh
thing.
yes, the triple bunk bed fanfiction.
And we determined not only do they exist, they're bitchin'.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
When Naruto inevitably fucks the Windrunner, will it be necrophilia? Yeah, probably.
Well, given that they are all dead, I would say yes. The only one of them that isn't actually dead is Arthas.
Arthas chuckled, "You're very respectful. I feel I must ask you if you
I'm
know
sorry,
why they
I'm sorry.
attacked
You. Could you say that again? He's talking to who again? Naruto, right?
Yeah.
He's talking to Naruto, the kid who wasn't even respectful.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just gonna repost a GIF from like 6 months ago. And I thank you for this GIF.
Oh, what gift have I given birth to?
One man and feelings
Yes, this
and
one.
pink hair, strange council,
I'm gonna go
civilian
stick this in
council,
post.
everyone check it off, civilian council.
Yeah. Now Ricky can be confused. Again.
Trying to shut down the military program of the village.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
They hate me for having the nine-tailed demon fox in me.
Okay, wouldn't Arthas know this already? Now, I'm sure there's something to be said for asking questions to get the person you plan on kidnapping used to answering you. However, like, if Arthas genuinely doesn't know, then this would imply that Arthas is doing something good. Which, because of the way Naruto is, and because of the way the seal works, he would have absolutely zero reason to suspect anything about Naruto would be in any way interesting or powerful. And he would just let him get hurt. It's not like I'm wrong.
No, you're not. Yes, they hate me because of the nine-tailed fox inside me. Arthas raised his eyebrow. The beatings and the brushes with death I expected, but it's natural that kept me alive. I did it before surviving. To become a worthy host. Genghis Khan is my only training city.
This is all so stupid.
This is actually depressing. Why the fuck is Arthas acting fatherly? Fatherly. There we go.
He wouldn't. Ever.
Yeah. Wait, why the fuck do we have an author's note in the middle of this story talking about the Kyuubi's gender and how it might be his mom?
I'm sorry. Would you care to repeat that?
Yeah. Using it for the fox for the time being because Naruto doesn't know the gender. Or blah blah blah. If you want the Kyuubi to be paired with Naruto, I'll make it female. If not, it will be male. The only other time I ever see female Kyuubi working when not paired with Naruto is when she takes on the mothering role, or in case of the story I read, she actually is or / was his mother. We need a fic that we won't have to pick apart after every word, like that Mass Effect one. Yes, you're right, we do need more good fictions to read out loud and enjoy.
I'm just gonna say this once. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
I don't want them anywhere
I
near
don't want.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
Sneaky on this.
For all we know, they would write the devil itself in a very positive light, while Jesus was an evil manipulator. That sounds about right. Blah blah blah, I have an offer for you. If I die, you become Lich King. I find great potential in you. I'll teach you everything. The fox agrees with you. But blah blah blah, I would do nothing less than a demon lord. No, come along. And blah blah blah. You and Verisa take Naruto back. There are some people coming for us, and blah blah blah. What have you done with Naruto? I do know of a boy named blah 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 blah. Information he shouldn't know. Yes, I know who he is. Disgusted that you betrayed him and the family line. Arthas Menthol is disgusted somebody else betrayed a family line.
Did this author forget that he committed both patricide and simultaneously regicide?
I'm starting to get the idea that the author doesn't care about that and has rewritten Arthas to suit the story.
Clearly he fucking doesn't. Some days, I wonder.
What do you wonder?
Things that can't be uttered on this stream.
We are...
Yeah.
We started early. We
Yeah.
have gone over. Can
Yeah.
we just be done? Can we leave this author review saying that he's an idiot, he does not understand the character of Arthas at all, and asking him how he can conveniently overlook both regicide and patricide and leave it at that?
Blah blah blah. I swear my heir will get vengeance upon this village. Blah
What?
blah blah. Can I jumpstart you again? Naruto will get training until he's 20. I am a king and I flaunt my power and wealth. You need to be blah 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 in control of yourself. You'll be now known as Amon Menthol, the Prince of Death. The last 5 years, Naruto had excelled as blah blah. The scarred child, warrior prodigy, great boon to the scourge. Ice Crown was free of human influence, and the storm peaks were getting there.
Naruto would literally never do any of the stuff Arthas would want him to do.
This was accomplished by Naruto sneaking into the Alliance Horde and neutral faction camps, and when they're under hedge or not, and he would sabotage the supplies and poison people. What shocked the actually intelligent undead commanders was how easily they had come to care for the boy. Yes, the heartless undead commanders who can't feel any emotion but rage towards the living.
Because that's the only way Arthas can keep control of it. Like, even
how many
if,
blahs has it been? It's been far too many, Chrysanthemum.
Even if I were to accept,
too many blahs.
maybe, just maybe, for whatever reason, Arthas cares.
Would the orcs care if their supplies were destroyed? I mean, yeah, they're Blizzard orcs, not Warhammer orcs. What? Arthas was caring for Naruto like a son, and planned on getting him a mother as well. One such person was Jaina Proudmoore, who he turned when he snuck into Theramore himself, and she joined him willingly, and he converted her into a new mage version of a Death Knight called Shadowmancer. She was a mage necromancer with the power of a Voidwalker warlock, and had the powers over darkness and shadow. Whew. Needless to say, Arthas aided in her training before having her train other soldiers. What do you mean loved? He carved out his heart. You would be correct. However, Ner'zhul's influence that wanted him to do it, as he feared Arthas may break free from his control and influence if Jaina confronted him. For this reason, Ner'zhul couldn't lead effectively besides brute force. Arthas and his Death Knights obliterated Ner'zhul's soul and then fused to lead the Scourge. So Arthas was able to keep his love for Jaina, while his Death Knight side loved 2 more women. This really comes off as one of those stories where the only knowledge the author has is some Rule 34 they saw before they wrote this. Yeah! Yeah, pretty much. One woman he lusted after was Sylvanas Windrunner, whom he convinced when he showed her that her younger sister had willingly joined him. Sylvanas had known her people were corrupt and was planning on breaking the alliance with the humans. Arthas attacked and the good elves. Sunwell was a curse more than it was an asset. Laria, older sister, that is not an OC. I don't know why the author has to mention that. Anyone familiar with World of Warcraft lore would know that, but you fucking clearly aren't familiar with World of Warcraft lore.
Except it is an OC, because this one has nothing to do with it.
Indeed. Apparently had been killed near Silvermoon while Arthas was fighting. Ilaria was in the Dark Portal. Arthas found her corpse and felt the rage of her spirit and resurrected Ilaria as one of his banshees. Arthas was intimate with her throughout her service, between him converting her and Illidan attacking the throne. What the fuck is even this? Now that Sylvanas was no longer keeping Arthas's control from reaching her soldiers, and the Naruto Kyuubi had been able to restore his control to what it was before Illidan attacked the Frozen Throne, Arthas was able to retake the Forsaken.
Oh my god.
What? Most of the ones that could have freed themselves from Arthas's control didn't, and seemed to enjoy serving Arthas. I'm so done. Alright. Yeah, this is it. GG. Well played.
We're done. Oh, you finally gave up on it, did you?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Even Sneaky has thrown in the towel now.
I fucking...
You can't even, bro.
I can't. No. Alright then.
Twas a valiant effort, so.
Thank you for joining us to this point, if you've made it to this point. I apologize for the just boring as fuck shit we read tonight. Yeah, as Isley has said, the story went from stupid to really fucking stupid, and at no point in time was it ever, hey, that's pretty good. Yeah, so,
there were some interesting ideas.
If you,
But
for
that's
whatever
all there-
reason, enjoyed this, but you got problems. If
Leave.
you
Never
want to
return.
see us as more energetic, visit us on Tuesday of next week, where we will be covering previously talked about fan fictions that certainly got us going. As always,
better
at
than
7
this.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you next time on Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9000.
And if for
And
whatever
remember-
reason you want to talk about any of these stories, we have a Discord. You can find the link down below.
Indeed. Remember, it always gets worse, and there's always more. Good night, everyone.